Well, hello everybody, my name is La Vida Virtual, and I am I'm determined to defeat the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, first game of the trilogy. So that is what we shall do! Get our voice acting on, let's play.
Yes, and leaving it at that point might put the blame away from Dark A. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife inside of the victim's body.
So, you buried it inside the victim's stab wound?
Yes, because I hated Dark A for what he did.
Oh.
Okay, so we're right into a confrontation here. So what evidence do we need to do? Well, we'll press her first and see what we can do. Of course, we're going to save, because doing this whole day over again could be terrible.
My only motivation was to get Dark A convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
I don't know about that. So you rearranged the crime scene? Are you sure you didn't do it to keep Emma from looking like the murderer?
How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period.
Are you so desperate to hide that fact? Hey, Savi! Good evening! Happy weekend, my friend. How are ya? Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying! She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened!
In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions.
Mr. Wright, my sister's lying! Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. Thanks for hanging out, Savi. Good to see you again. You must be getting ready for school soon, huh? About to get ready to move. Woohoo! I like your videos, dude. Thanks for sharing. I'm so excited for you. You deserve it.
There's no way she could have done it alone.
I've got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Okay. Again, we're gonna save. Just once, though, this time. August 11th? Yeah. I'm probably gonna go back to teaching as well. But I have to wear a mask because I don't want to give mom a cold. Could be really bad while she's on chemotherapy, you know? So, I'm gonna wear a mask while I'm there. But it's okay.
Hold it!
How many years exactly?
Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, it would be 5 years.
Detective Gant and Detective Scott were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify. Teach me!
Oh, you're such a nice guy, Savi. I'll help you out sometimes. I can't help you out with every assignment, but if you have some troubles like you did last semester with something really important, I'll help you, okay? I'm best at science and math, but as you know, I'm pretty good at English too, so. She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia.
Damon Gant was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth to this blackmail theory.
No truth, huh? What am I going to present? Has any student ever disrespected you while teaching? Oh yeah, many times, Savi. That's part of being a teacher. And some of the schools I taught in were not always the nicest schools, but I still loved when I was there. Yeah, I'd be happy to... you're not bothering me, Sabi. It's just that I'm really busy. That's all. I'm super busy. You're not helping me at all. I'm happy to help. Batman! You helped me with Batman.
There's no truth to this blackmail theory.
But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told as much yesterday in jail.
You still don't get it, do you? Any testimony you cannot present to the court is useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself.
Did you do to help your sister?
Joe Dark A was a serial killer.
Okay. I've got to figure out what I can present here, but I don't really know.
So that's why.
If you do any Minecraft, count me in. I'll tell you, Player M, You're on my Discord, Savi, aren't you? Player M plays Minecraft quite a bit. You can play with him. I haven't played it for quite a long time. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be Minecrafting it up anytime soon, but...
Seems I was the first person to discover the scene.
Okay. I've seen this last stream, so... yeah.
The reality is it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want.
Here in the cord, yeah. So if you at Player M, if you say hi at PLM, are you thinking about doing any Minecraft sometime? I'm sure he would love to play with you sometime. Also, Jolly and Liam play Minecraft and Blade sometimes, so maybe they would play with you sometimes too. Anyway, I have to figure out what I can present to this. I have to think about what... You broke off the tip of Darkay's knife and placed it inside the womb, then moved the body. Is there anything here that I can... Is this the right one? No. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to present some evidence, but I don't know what I can even present here. Maybe the autopsy report for this body? Maybe this? No. 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 I'm not sure what to present here. This is very difficult. No. Okay. But what should we present? Man, this is hard as hell, dude. It's not the knife. Maybe this? No.
What do you think about the witness's statement?
That clearly contradicts the, I thought. This is so hard, dude. Let me press her. See what she says. You planted the tip of Dirk's knife and then you moved the body?
But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders.
Ugh. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Why did you plant the knife? Why did you move the body?
But why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright. You should be able to figure it out.
Very well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. The reason Sky fabricated the knife.
I knew the tip of the weapon buried in his body would be all proof we needed.
According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right?
Yes, and leaving it that way might point the blame away from Darkay. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body.
So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound?
Yes, because I hated Darkay for what he did.
Huh?
My only motivation was to get Darkay convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
I don't know about that. So you rearranged the crime scene? Yeah, we've already... She's lying. Okay, so we've seen this before, so let's go back. Let's go back to the testimony again. Yeah. Let me hear the other line of questioning. Why did you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk.
But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there?
The real reason for that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body.
The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan.
Oh, really? Pieces of the jar? You mean...
Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Darkei committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body.
So,
when you first found the body, the jar was already...
Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead and Darkei was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle.
I see.
What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time of the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there is more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Okay. Okay. Contradiction. Let me save again. This is hard, man. Pieces of the jar shattered during the events threatened your plan. Is that right? Was that right? Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene when Neil Marshall was murdered?
We found it. If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony.
A contradiction in my testimony?
You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of that jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan."
That's right.
Do you have a problem with that?
It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood.
Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments.
Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. Save. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not have yet been broken before he died. Oh! Ah! He couldn't have written Enna's name on a shattered jar.
Order! Order!
Makes sense, makes sense. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical?
Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're in as dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed.
What?
Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony.
Okay. Let's save again. Okay, we're getting there. We found the evidence. Okay. Jar and the message in blood. Yeah, I bet, Savi, you'll be able to find some people who...
I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could do think about wiping them clean before they were discovered.
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
It wasn't Chief Prosecutor at the time. I wasn't Chief Prosecutor at the time.
She didn't think Darkei was the real murderer? That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Okay. Jar and message in blood. Interesting. Again, let's save. This is hard, man. This case is really hard.
I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar.
So the jar was already broken.
It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier.
It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case.
But not as feeble as the judge's judgment.
You were an ex-detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces?
Normally I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out.
Was it dark in the room? Was it dark in the room? Doesn't look like it was dark in the room. I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna try it from this picture. It doesn't look like it was dark. I could be wrong about this, but I'm gonna try this picture. I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but no, it did not. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. But this does seem like could be a lie. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar?
No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces around and ground them to dust.
Well, that helps my case. Lana, you do that for me? Seems you two might make up yet.
Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body in as it was.
If someone had happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry.
I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
This is rather shocking.
To be safe, I wiped away the blood.
Did you now? Are you sure? I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
What do you mean?
If you really thought Dark A killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood.
What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all.
But how could you see with the power out? Could have been pitch black in that office.
A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me.
Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go.
I never miss anything. I get every last piece.
Did you, though? Did you, though?
All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
So you illegally rearranged the crime scene?
Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions.
I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident.
No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain in the history of the prosecutor's office and also my pants. I'm getting hot in here. I'm very sweaty.
More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. Hey, Dallas! How you doing today, my dude? It is a good day. It's a good day to finish this game, hopefully. What is the possibility that's turning everything around? I have no idea. Contradictions in her testimony. Let's look at the evidence here. I have literally no idea. Piece of cloth. There's handprint. Person slipped and fell on a freshly waxed floor, getting wax all over their hand. Could it be the handprint? It was dark in the room. I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were so large, I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. What is the contradiction here? Third, Fall Guys! I had fun, Krabs. Thank you for hanging out. Fall Guys is actually pretty fun today. I had a nice time. I don't think I will play it every day or anything, but it was actually pretty fun. I wiped away the blood. Did you really, though? Did you get all the fragments? I'm honestly not sure what to do here. Should I try the jar? We better save.
Order! 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 Order!
I'm honestly not sure about what to do here. I have zero idea. Maybe this? No. No, that's not it. Okay. How about... This is so hard, dude. How about the jar again? Oh, maybe not. Maybe we got it. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you are unaware of.
What?
We found this final piece of jar in Chief Gant's safe.
In the chief's safe? But how?
I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off them.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Chief Prosecutor was murdered, you were not the first person to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you.
But couldn't the defendant simply have missed a piece?
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Can you believe it?
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
All that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant at the time he was looking for Dake downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar?
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
No. No, not my baby. I'm not the one on trial here.
Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hide one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called?
Fabrication of evidence.
Why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what has happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
Well, what happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Sky believed her sister Emma had killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dake, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became Chief's puppet.
Oh, no, I did it all on my own. Please, sir, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make this foul lies to defend their clients.
Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type that likes to twist the truth.
Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana, maybe right after all.
What do you mean, righto?
So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright?
Miss Sky, please testify once more.
What?
If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
But, I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Miss Sky, if you will.
I can't.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, and if you tell the truth.
Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw.
All right, the witness may testify once more for the final time. The final time. Final time. Get your final time. Oh, yeah.
Actual crime scene.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on a suit of armor sword. Emma and Dake were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought, she did it. That's why I erased all of the evidence and linked it to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if all it really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword.
You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof.
How can I get levels so quickly in Neo? I'm like 12 levels behind the recommendation. Sheesh. I don't know. Actually, I can't remember what's the best way to level in Neo. Google it. See what you can find. Also, remember you really need to be upgrading your equipment like all the time in those games, EE. It's super important that your equipment be upgraded like as often as you can. So you may have to grind for some more upgrade materials. I'm not sure. Google it. See what people say. It's been so long since I played the original Neo, I actually can't remember.
Actually, I do have proof. Oh, I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took from the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed.
But I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. Send me the picture, baby. I want nudes. I want nudes.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana says she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check that evidence again.
Picture. Picture.
Oh. This? This? There must be a picture in there somewhere. Evidential law. Oh, there is definitely a picture. There is definitely a picture. Hey, there's a picture here! Oh my. This is the actual crime scene.
No other detective saw the crime scene like this, because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything.
Lana's picture inserted to the court record.
Ah, Mr. Wright! That picture cut out! That piece cut out from his vest. Could that be?
The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe? What's this? Uh-oh.
This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whosever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer.
What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma.
Why are your lips turning purple, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Hadouken! Yeah!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Actual crime scene. Alright, let's save. Chief Gant?
Come now, Archie, my boy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen, baby.
Chief Gant!
What now, you want me to make me out to be the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put a word into my defense, baby.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
This must be that risk we were talking about earlier.
Just sit back, relax, and hear a tale of a fateful trip when this bastard known as Chief Gaunt decided to pay the man a trip. There once was a boy, and his name was Joy, and then he got his scalpel, and then I took him round the bend and cut him up an apple. And enjoy the sound of your noose tightening around your own neck.
Ah, so what? You think I'm worried, my boy? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
The evidence will do all the talking for me, baby.
Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence, baby.
Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence?
No, I don't, but someone does.
Someone?
So, what's your excuse, Righto?
Huh.
Why have you been keeping quiet about it, Righto boy? You do have something to show us, right, Righto? Something that proves you knocked over Neil Marshall causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt, baby.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
This is true, Mr. Wright.
If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer.
Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now, and if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiry.
What do I do now? Better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. I think we will have to show the evidence. Should I present that evidence? The one that shows who really killed Marshall? I think I will. Yes, Your Honor, I do have further evidence.
All right, the time's finally come to show them. Those prints have got to be the chief's.
Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Take that!
It's a piece of the leather cloth.
Yes. Most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest.
What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword, baby.
What? Whose fingerprints are on this?
I'm sure Righto has checked. Haven't you, Righto?
Well, whose are they?
They're Miss Skies, Miss Emma Skies.
What? They're mine? So I really did do it?
See, I told you it was conclusive, baby.
But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it.
I don't know what you're talking about, baby. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that?
But
give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma to Neil Marshall's death.
no.
It appears we have our killer.
No! Game over? No! Everything hinged on that point. In the end. Guilty! Okay, we can't present that. Okay. That sucks. Alright. Well. Let me take a sip of water and then, I suppose we can't present that evidence. Maybe there's different evidence I can present. You know? Should I save? Maybe there's different evidence I can present. I don't know. Let's try the not show. Your Honor? I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
What? You lie! Chief Grant! You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence.
I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know his fingerprints are on it.
That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture.
See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like part of it's been cut off for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me off as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
Okay. Okay.
What? You mean you admit to it?
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her?
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that's when she saw the scene. She would ask me for my aid, baby. So you assisted Miss Sky? I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room, baby. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dowdett convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you, baby.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
Well, both why?
For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to keep prepared for the worst, baby. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
You were calculating that far ahead while forging evidence?
What do you take me for, a fool, baby? I didn't make police chief dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood on all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate on the message on this jar too? Ho, ho, ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they, baby? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto.
Cough it up. I know you have it already. Cough it up, Righto. Cough it up, baby. Yeah.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant,
that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe.
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to... That being the chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer, baby, yeah?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late.
It's been a long battle. Better save. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Well, do we show it now? I'll show it now. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
All right, then, let's see this conclusive evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
It was Gant. It was Gant!
Mr. Edgeworth? Your opinion, please?
I think Mr. Wright's humor has improved at the expense of his defense.
Better polish up your defense, Mr. Wright.
Okay, well. You know what? Frickin' it. Okay. I thought maybe I would try that. Cannot show evidence. No, it's too late to show the evidence now. Besides, even if I did, it would just expose the poor girl's fingerprints.
Right, think hard over the circumstances.
The circumstances?
I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference?
So, Edgeworth figured out my plan. Okay. Okay. We can show it. I think. Let's find out. Maybe. I don't know. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes, at last. You finally brought it out into the open, baby.
Whoa! What the frick? Holy hell! $50? Jesus! That is the biggest donation I've ever received. Quality gaming? Holy shiz! OMG! On a Phoenix Wright stream of all places. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. I don't even recognize this person. Who is this? Quality of... What does that say? Quality of life gaming? Something like that? Quality gaming? I don't even know what to say. That is so very, very, very kind of you. That is the biggest donation I've ever had on this stream before in 4 years. What a really sweet thing to do. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying the voice acting. I'm trying my best. I don't even know what to say. Thank you very much. You've helped support the channel. If you're new, I stream like every day, like a few hours a day, and I play all different kinds of games, and I like switching it up, and I like playing Phoenix Wright and all of the weird games that we play. Anyway, that's unbelievable. Jesus Christ, what a sticker. Thank you so very much. Whoever you are, I don't recognize your name, but so if you're new, if you're not new and you're somebody that I recognize, whoever you are, thank you. I'm blown away. I will do my very best to continue streaming, giving you guys as much content as I possibly can. That really helps out. Unbelievable. Thank you, whoever you are. Alexia, hey! How are you, sweetie? Shall we finish Phoenix Wright? Whoever you are, quality of life. Thank you very much. This is Rolando. I started watching your Isaac content a few years ago, and I just want to express my gratitude for what you do and continue to do for your audience. Rolando, I remember you. What a sweetheart. I do remember you. Yep, on Isaac a long time ago, when I used to stream Isaac like 3 hours a day. God, those were the days. Anyway, what a really kind thing to do. Thank you so much, Rolando. That's the biggest donation I've ever received. Thank you very, very much. You just got back from the beach, Alexia? Did you have fun? Nice, man. Well, let's finish Phoenix Wright. Here. Anyway, I still play Isaac. No, Mr. Krabs. You do not need to pay $100. Too expensive. Too much. I still play Isaac, Rolando, but maybe like 3 times a week instead of every day. It's 4 in the morning. You had a good time? Good. I'm glad you had fun. Anyway, that was really, really kind. Thank you very much. And you do not need to donate, Mr. Krabs. It's more than okay. That was really, really sweet of you, Rolando. Thank you. I'm blown away. I'm totally blown away by that. Completely blown away by that. Thank you. Anyway, How is my day going? Really, really good, thank you. Mom got back from the hospital yesterday, and we found out that the cancer in her brain is not growing anymore, so we're going to get some radiation next week. So this is good news. Anyway, let's continue.
Oh yes, at last, you finally brought it into the open.
There's a handprint on this piece of cloth!
Your Honor, the prosecution requests immediately be sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean?
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence.
Ho, ho, ho!
You're as slow on the uptake as ever were there. What? Think about it. Wright, who had all this time to present this evidence, baby. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be, baby? Uh-oh. You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
But Mr. Wright, do you really know? I better save. Really sweet. How have you been, Rolando? How's life going for you, dude? Are you having a good 2021? Hopefully it's better than the damn 2020, huh?
Whoever fingerprints belong must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted.
Whose fingerprints they belong to is?
Okay.
Emma? Emma Sky?
What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Ho, ho, ho! You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me.
So it's true. Tragic but true. This girl really did self-prosecute the marshal to his death.
How could you, you monster?
Miss Sky, you knew whose fingerprints these were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't.
Miss Sky, it's not over yet.
What?
I said this trial isn't over yet.
Ah, but I'm afraid it is over, my boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposefully concealed this conclusive evidence, baby. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter, cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh, and what's that, Righto, my boy?
Ooh, really cute prosecutor Neil Marshall.
What?
Chief Kent, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer it is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about, baby?
I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves... Alright, we better save. Who the real killer is.
Well, Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Oh!
Give me a second, I need to sip some water. Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you so much for that donation. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. This? Ho 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 ho! It's fun watching you squirm, Righto.
This piece of evidence does indeed seem to contradict something. Your outward appearance of mental sanity.
Okay, that's not it. Okay. Super Chat 60? No. Mr. Krabs, you guys just being here is always has more than enough.
Objection! 2021 has been an interesting case indeed, and need the Ace Attorney himself to solve it for all of us.
No, thank you, Krabs. That is more. Just you guys being here has always been enough. Thank you very much. Alright, what is the piece of evidence? Heck if I know, dude. Is it the picture, maybe? I don't know, let's present it. Nope, that's not it. This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. Oh, I think it is it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes, his shirt is showing underneath.
Uh-oh, the blood is under there. The blood was under there. It was already cut out. Holy shit. It was already cut out when he was stabbed. It was faked. It wasn't her.
It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Yes, indeed, Mr. Krabs.
Oh, but that piece of cloth! It should have had blood on it! There's no blood on it!
Oh, no! They got me! Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor of that armor's sword?
Oh, no! Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. That jar they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut this bloodless piece of victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? By the very act of creating insurance, you prove that you were the actual murderer.
No!
Quality of life. Rolando says, I only know Phoenix Wright from Marvel vs. Capcom. Not sure you ever play that game, but I made a TV phone. It's very fun. Man's went Super Saiyan. I'm sorry you twisted your ankle at the theme park, Electric. I have seen Marvel 3, but I've never played it. I've played the original 2 in arcades back in the 90s. But I've actually never played a Phoenix Wright game until now. There's a new one that just came out, but I don't have it. I'm playing the original first. Uh-oh. Huh.
Oh, oh. Oh, that was close, Righto. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
You see that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
Order! Order! What nonsense is this?
Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, RG? Earlier, Righto here concealed that piece of cloth.
Is this on the Switch? This game that I'm playing right now is the trilogy. I don't know the original trilogy. I don't know if it's on the Switch. The new one that just came out is on the Switch. Yes. If you'd recommend it based on what you experienced in this game, let me tell you my experience of this game after I finish it here real soon. Unless you need to leave right away, and then I'll tell you what I think now. But if you don't mind waiting a little bit, I think we're nearing the end of the game here. I will tell you my opinion, yeah. But if you need to leave right now, I'll tell you.
So then, what's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. As a flashback.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence, baby.
But that's not fair!
Ho ho ho! Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the laughs on you, son.
I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Redworth?
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Huh? Well, Mr. Righto? Huh?
We'll be here, no worries. Yeah. It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, you admit to it? That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth?
We better save. I don't know. I don't know if I'm picking it right. I did not. I admit, I refused to present it at one point.
Ha ha ha! So this evidence is illegal.
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Huh?
It's not that I didn't present the evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, RG, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward you can't really believe.
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present the evidence. If you cannot prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
I think I can. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
Oh, what's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at the point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth and nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Oh!
Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence must be be relevant to the case on trial.
And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove relevance between the cloth and SL9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this, baby? You want relevancy? I just take a look at this picture and...
Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago.
No.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, the piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave its value as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
Oh!
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Catch him on a technicality. Let's go, medical doctor. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of victim's vest?
Oh, yes, Righto. No!
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person that could be. Damon Gant. The killer was you!
No! I knew I should have got rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Staub and convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yes, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find...
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me.
Goodman turned him down as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief?
We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
He opened his evidence locker. He was talking about taking the evidence out. He said,
It's not too late. I'm handing this over to Marshall.
well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up the SL9. That's when I saw it. The accursed knife! I couldn't just pull it out.
Doing so would lead only to more blood, making it impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my car.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this?
Well, she had much to lose, as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jar of fragments and the glove.
Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a commuter. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them, baby. Oh, they did their jobs well, much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me were the same, baby. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone, baby.
Whew.
Wow.
Cool. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Archie.
Well, what?
Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend.
I'm sorry too, Damon Kent. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that class.
Those days are gone now, Archie boy. Thanks for all the memories there. Oh, don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. Ho, ho, ho.
There are two things I want you to understand.
Yes?
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell you everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence until today. And then I'll make love to you, sweet, sweet love. Phoenix Wright, be mine, forever.
So, after all those sexual innuendos, it seems all the questions raised and trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble.
What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might be able to make it to the top. Smiley! I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky, and to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, you've suffered every bit as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
Ooh, it was nothing.
Liar.
I was worried about the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
I recognize her. Which website was it? You recognize Lana? What? Electric? What kind of website you looking at?
You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
So stop it, I only did my job.
In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are innocent of murder, however. Although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt the free of these heavy chains.
The truth will set you free, baby!
Well, this trial has gone on far too long already.
You're telling me I've been here for like goddamn 5 episodes. This is like a 10-hour trial. I'm not even kidding. This is a hella long trial.
Regarding the charge of murder, the charge. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty, mother truckers! Confetti! Yeah! Confetti! That is all. This court is adjourned.
The judge is pretty hot.
Oh yeah, I'm hot stuff, baby. Oh yeah.
At long last, it's finally over. Emma! Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't completely get off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well.
You know, I did my best too. gonna save. There's usually one final little thing we can share. But Lana didn't say a single word to me.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything here, pals. Oh, I guess I am interrupting. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You're doing this on purpose, ain't you? Making a detective run around while on duty. And on top of it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only a kid.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nah, not this time. I came today because of... Oh, you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I won't tell if you won't.
Emma, I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
That day, 2 years ago, was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
Sis,
I asked Kant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
but sis, you were only doing it for me.
No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. Hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. Took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back, and now you have.
Oh, Emma.
Imagine joining the stream 30 seconds ago, then seeing this conversation. The judge is pretty hot.
No one can change the past.
The only thing that we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from here that we can move on towards a brighter future. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. The music is really good in this game. God.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe,
Mamma me?
thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth?
Stop hiding and come over here.
Where was he hiding?
I just came to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right. Well, I'll be going now.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened.
Oh,
We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
it's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right.
Are you despised criminals? I can feel it, you and me, we're the same, baby. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring down once you try to go it alone, baby.
No. Thank you guys. You're really kind.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I needed a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for some time now.
But Edgeworth,
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight a crime on your own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true. But think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, friendship forever! Friendship forever! My buddy, Mr. Wright and the Edgies right by his side. We're friends in the end. Friendship forever.
Friendship forever. In the law room, baby.
You were able to present the evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
huh? What? Oh, yeah. Okay, bye-bye electric. Bye-bye. No look at dirty magazines. Bye-bye dirty websites. Bye-bye electric. Bye-bye. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. I actually don't know. What is it talking about? Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth and I would have been able to find on our own? The handprint?
That might mean something to you, but I don't see it had anything to do with our partnership.
Oh, that's not it. What is it? Did you know this was based on a gay manga? I did not know that. I did not know that. Okay, that's not it. What evidence is it? This is just for flavor text, by the way. You don't have to do this to beat the game. I want to know. Neither Edgeworth or I would have been able to find on our own. I don't know. That's the picture I drew. Okay, it's this. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence lift and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture.
That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth. If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. You're in jail, but...
Edgeworth, what will you do now?
Uh...
Well, whatever you do, just remember... You can let what happened in the kill the prosecutor... You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. Aww. In the end, it's up to you. It's up to you. You can take the worst things in your life. You can put them right by your side. You can let them bury you in the head. Or you can let them make you grow instead. It's up to you, baby. Woo-hoo. It's up to you, baby. Woo-hoo. It's up to you, baby. Woo-hoo.
I know, it seems I owe you my thanks too, Wright. Also, you're quite a good singer, did you know that? Maybe you should write and compose an album or something. But anyway, what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Farewell.
I did not know this was a game manga.
I better be going too.
Okay, I'll be by to visit soon when you're in jail with all the lesbians.
Seems we both have a lot of learning to do and catching up to do. Here. This little something for you.
Scientific investigation!
It's the first book I ever bought. Studied well.
Thanks, sis! I will! Woohoo! And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just one little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are in a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak around for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, hey, you see, Mr. Wright here is the one who'll be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What, do you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. Crimes and bribery. It's a party for crimes and bribery. Objection! Wow. Alright. What a game.
I arranged it. I hope she'll be pleased to study under the top corner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days in the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma.
Yeah, I doubt that. What do I think of this game? You were asking, Rolando.
Objection!
If I would recommend it. Well, I would say some people... Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office, considering he's the one who murdered somebody. If we penalize you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show you can't shake me off that easy. Some people are not going to enjoy this kind of game. Some people are not going to enjoy this kind of game. It has a little bit of a pacing. It has quite a slow pacing to it. The court scenes are pretty cool. The investigations are kind of annoying. I still enjoy it. I think the characters and the writing is really good. My new mission is to guard the main entrance to Camp Billy, sir. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to security guard, sir. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today, sir. I'll show them, though. Someday I'm gonna make detective, sir. Yes, sir. Then I can just be like that Dick Gumshoe. So, I mean, I like it, right? I like the puzzles, and I think the stories are cool, and the writing is really good. The music is super, super good. But the games are very slow pacing. For sure. But they're kind of challenging. The later cases, these last two cases, oh my god, the freaking Blue Badger. Oh my god. The later cases were pretty challenging. So it's not a walk in the park. Oh, it fell over. If you don't save pretty frequently, you're kind of going to get your ass kicked by some of these cases. The game is not the easiest, which I don't think is a bad thing. I did think this final case was a bit too long. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Starr managed to snake this in. She's been one of the gods, it seems. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back a smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? But overall, I definitely enjoyed it. But you know, some people are not fans of visual novels.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put my new meal on the menu, the Right Way lunch. Top lawyer, tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom way as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hard exam all the other time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards, baby.
But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I got the game because of my girlfriend's recommendation, and I definitely like it. But if you're not a fan of visual novels, you probably won't like this game too much, I think. But I like it, and I think the gameplay is good.
Let's see what his name was again. Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something for how many years? I've got another trial to get to, huh? Oh no, I forgot my gravel. Sorry, gotta go.
But overall, I really enjoyed this. I do not think I will go play the second game right now. I think I've had enough Phoenix Wright for a while. But what I will do is probably give it a month or two, and then I'll come back and start the second game. But pretty fun. I think the last case is a bit too long, though. Oh, it's Maya. Sometimes I do missing you, hear you and your objections. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin.
Coming! Well, see you around, Nick.
Maya. But yeah, pretty clever cases, good characters. Like, you could sit down, and you can save whenever you want, basically. You can sit down for like a good hour and play this, and you get some enjoyment out of it. Yeah, it's also fun to do with the voice acting. I really enjoy that. Yeah, I like doing the voice acting, so I think I'll call it here. As much as I want to see all these characters, I think I'm Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea.
Much obliged, good sir, from your perspective. Yeah. I don't know how much the new game is offering. I don't know how expensive the new game is. But this, I think I paid $20 for all 3 games. It seems like I'm going to get at least like 40 or 50 hours of content out of this.
Thanks for coming to see me off.
So I mean, if you get the original 3 games here, I think you're probably getting a good bang for your buck. But I don't know how expensive the new game is.
Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open the book.
Oh, that's cute. She's in jail though. Shiz. You can investigate it. There's a letter. Oh. Oh, cute. Yeah, really nice. Thank you so much, Quality Rolando, for that donation. Do you have an email or a good way to contact? Discord is a good way to contact me. But yeah, I'll give you my... I don't really want to give my email out here. Do you have a way to get into Discord to contact me, private messages? Or are you unable to use Discord? That's probably the best way to get a hold of me. I don't know if I want to give out my... But you did, I mean... Yeah. If you're unable to get on Discord, that's totally fine. But you know, I'll give you an email here. It's okay. I can delete this comment later anyway. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Rolando. You're so nice. Thanks, Mr. Krabs. You come to a lot of these streams, dude. Even though I know you get bored by them sometimes. Go listen to A Horse with No Name. It's an awesome song. Of course it's an awesome song, dude. It's a classic, EE.
In the desert, on a horse with no name, to give me no pain.
Yeah, it's a classic song, dude. It's a classic. Thanks, EE. You're also here a lot. Medical Doctor, Quality, thank you so much, Rolando, for that donation. That's super kind of you. Alexia, thank you. Savi. And Dallas. I think that's everybody. Oh, Electric, too. Thank you, Electric. If I missed anybody, I hope you guys have a great night. I will see you tomorrow. We'll play some more games.
Bye-bye. Good night, everyone. See ya.